What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the 1% Academy podcast, where we are striving to get 1% better every single day. And as we get closer to what is my favorite time of the year, and that is summer, which also means that summer baseball is going to be in full swing. I know a lot of my listeners, and I know a lot of you guys that follow me on social media, a lot of y'all are high school age guys, and you guys are finishing up your high school seasons right now, whether you're a freshman and it's the first season you've gone through, or you guys are sophomore, juniors, or seniors, and maybe you're on varsity and you're finishing out your varsity playoffs right now. I know all of y'all within the next few weeks are going to be gearing up to get ready for your summer seasons, where you go off and play with your select organization, and y'all go play y'all's summer schedule, whether that's a showcase schedule at college universities, or y'all just play in normal tournaments just to get your games in. But for all of you high school guys, this is a critical time of your career, because now it is time to take that next step where you begin to get recruited by colleges. You're trying to get yourself exposed, you're talking to coaches, you're getting on campuses, and you're trying to find an opportunity where you can go play at the next level and play in an opportunity that's going to fit you and fit your needs and allow you to develop as a player, but also get the full college experience and get an education. So today I just wanted to talk to you guys and record a podcast to give you guys some tips on what you can do when you guys go into playing these showcase games where you're playing at a college tournament, and to help you get recruited, help you get exposed. Because like I said, I know a lot of you guys are getting ready these next few weeks to begin your season starting at the beginning of June. I know personally, for the organization that I own, the OPA Jays, the 1% Academy Jays, we start the first weekend of June 3rd, or it's actually, yes, June 3rd through the 5th. We play at Lamar University and McNeese University in Beaumont, Texas, and Lake Charles, Louisiana. And from there on, we have a full schedule all the way until the end of July. And every tournament we're playing in is a tournament hosted by college universities. So we play at the college facilities. They're all 5-tool perfect games, so they have the social media aspect of that. But my point is that if you're one of these guys that is playing in one of those type of tournaments, then I want to give you tips on something you can do to help yourself get exposure, get recruited, get seen. And you guys should be doing this kind of stuff to begin with, but I find it especially critical to do it in times like these, like over the summer, when you're about to go be in front of these specific coaches, or if you're going to a showcase camp. I highly advise that you do what I am about to talk to you about. So what I want you guys to do is go look at your proposed schedule for the summer. And if you have a schedule that has college events on it, the way that my organization does, where you can look and you can see each weekend what schools, what venues you're going to be playing at, what area you're going to be playing at, then you can go ahead and make a list of all those schools. And what I want you guys to do is go to their websites and go to their baseball page, find the roster, find the coaches tab, and go find these coaches' contact infos. And I want you guys to start sending out emails to these coaches. Now, the game has changed a little bit in this day and age from when I was growing up. When I was in high school, what we had to do was send physical emails. And if you wanted to send any kind of a recruiting video, you had to send a disc in the mail. I think this was in the early stages of YouTube, so there was the option of uploading to YouTube, but that wasn't highly used the way it is now. But you would send a coach an email, give him all your information, your general information, what age you are, your graduating class, what positions you play, your height, weight, your GPA, your class rank, your SAT, ACT, and then you would go on to describe yourself, who you are as a player, what your strengths are, and kind of sell yourself a little bit as why this coach should recruit you. And then at the end, you would put in kind of references for that coach, so he would have someone that can call and talk to them about you to see if you're someone that's worth bringing onto campus. And that was a way of getting in touch with coaches. And then you could also go on their athletic website and fill out a recruiting questionnaire, and then from there you'd probably they would reach out to you and ask you to come to a showcase camp or maybe set up an unofficial visit to come work out for them. I know that's what I did a few times. I went to a few unofficial visits at junior colleges and Division IIs, and I had workouts with these guys. So what I want you guys to do, go on their websites, find the coach's name, get his email, and do these same things. Start reaching out to these guys. But now you guys can take it one step further because of the way social media has grown. Pretty much every single coach has a Twitter. I know a lot of coaches are active on Twitter, and they do a lot of their recruiting from Twitter. So if I was you guys, I would also take the initiative to find, figure out what this coach's name is and go search him on Twitter, find his Twitter, follow him on Twitter. If you can find an Instagram, follow him on Instagram, follow him on LinkedIn. I would try to connect with him in any way you can and send him a message. Start building a relationship with him. Send him a message, and what you guys really should do is y'all should just go in your notes and just type out a general message that you would send to a college coach with all your information on it, what your strengths are as a player, all your class information, your grade information, positioning, put a list of references on there, and then I would have that so that when you need to send it to a coach, all you got to do is change a few things. change the wording as far as who it's directed to, the school's name within the email. But I would have that saved in my notes so that you're always just one click away from sending an email to a coach. It doesn't take very long. You just have to get the email, copy and paste that message in there, change those few things, and you can send it off. I would write out this email and send it to these coaches. And now, because you guys live in this era of being able to record everything, I would start making a highlight video. Keep it short, anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. You guys got to remember that these college coaches, they're getting messages from kids all across the country and really throughout the world too, that they're trying to get opportunities themselves, and they're sending them video too. So these coaches, they don't have all the time in the world to sit down and watch every kid's 5-minute video of everything that they've done within their baseball career. So you guys need to shorten it up, send them a 30-second to a minute video of all your highlights. I would even include some showcase style workouts in there where you're throwing from the outfield, throwing across the diamond, running a 60, running first to third, hitting BP, whether that's in the cage or on the field, and then try to throw some game highlights in there if you can. My advice to you guys, whenever you are using game footage and you're doing any kind of highlight video, y'all need to go in and just edit that video down to the few seconds of where the action happens. All these videos that a lot of you guys post on social media or even on YouTube where you're showing yourself walking up to the plate, you're unstrapping your batting gloves, strapping them back in. Now you're getting in the box, you're going through your routine. Now the pitcher throws the ball. You're watching the pitch. Catcher throws it back to the pitcher. Now the next pitch, you finally swing and you get a base hit. And now we're 45 seconds into the video and we're just now having action happening. So if you guys want to create these short videos that you can send to coaches, edit them down to where the pitcher's throwing the ball, you're taking a swing, or pitcher's throwing the ball, ball's hit, and you're fielding it in the field. Trim it down to the immediate action points where the video is going to be 10-15 seconds long and you're going to have more to showcase. Make one of these videos. It's very simple. If you're listening to this, you have access to a smartphone, whether it's Android or an Apple iPhone. So go on the video editing app within the phone, create this video, upload it to YouTube, get yourself the YouTube link, copy and paste that in your notes, along with that email that I was telling you guys to go ahead and type out. Put that at the very bottom and ask them to click that video and to watch it. And that's going to be your highlight tape. Now what I want you guys to do, and this is where I go back to saying that you guys should be doing this stuff to begin with, but I think it's a great opportunity when you know your schedule, you know what schools you're going to be in front of. So I'll give you guys an example for if you played for the Jays, what that would look like. So the first weekend we go to Lamar and McNeese. The next weekend we go to Sam Houston State. The weekend after that we go to Tyler Junior College. The weekend after that we go to Texas A&M and Sam Houston State. We have a college showcase that's going to have over 30 schools there. And then we finish off by going to Rice, Texas A&M, and Sam Houston again. But what I tell my guys is, and they can look at this schedule, they see where we're going to be playing. So go through and send emails to these coaches. This generic email that I just told you guys to type out in your notes, along with the video that highlights all your abilities, what you can do well, and send it to these coaches, and then tell them, say, hey coach, I'm going to be playing at your school in this tournament on this day. I don't obviously have our time yet because the schedule hasn't come out, but I just wanted to send this to get this in front of you. That way, if you're out there, you could come watch me. You have the chance to meet me, see who I am as a person, and get these things in front of coaches so that they know when to expect you to be there. And you never know when, if a coach doesn't have anything going on, he might stop by and come watch that game over the summer that you're playing in just because you sent him that email. And maybe he watched your video and he saw something you liked, or maybe he was just in the area and free that day, or if he was already even gonna be at the park, at the stadium, and now he knows, okay, well, when the Jays play at 2 o'clock, number 10 is the one that sent me the email. I'm going to watch a little bit more, watch number 10 a little bit more than everybody else to see his body language, see how he acts on and off the field in the dugout, and not just the way he plays the game. So that would be one of the things that I would do as a player immediately, is start sending these out and letting these coaches know, hey, this is when I'm going to be on campus. Can you do whatever you can to be available to come see me play this day? And then I'd also take that one step further, and those days when I do go play at those schools, I'm going to be seeking out these coaches as a player, and I'm going to go try to find them. That way I can introduce myself to them, shake their hand, make eye contact with them, and let them put a name to the face, right? Because when you just send them the email or you're just watching this video, you're essentially just another kid out of everyone in the country that's reaching out to them to go play at their school, right? You're just a name, you're just an email. But when you can make that first impression of physically meeting somebody and having a conversation, and they can see just how you carry yourself, who you are as a person, even the fact that a high school kid is going to go out of his way and take the initiative to go track down this coach and meet him and just have a brief conversation with him. That kind of stuff, guys, is going to speak volume, and you may not get signed in that instant, but I guarantee you at some point down the line, doing those little things every time you are in a situation where you're playing at a college, or coaches or even professional scouts are in the stands, doing that kind of stuff is going to help you out. So I highly encourage you guys to figure out what your schedule is going to be and send those coaches that you're going to be playing in front of an email. Let them know, hey coach, I'm going to be there. Is there any way you can be there? Try to get those coaches out there to come watch you play. And then from there, you can start building a relationship with them that's going to carry over the next months, the years ahead of you throughout your high school career, where this potentially becomes a school that you could get recruited by. And one thing that you guys aren't even thinking about is there's only going to be one right school for you at the end of your, once your college recruiting's over and you're going off to school. There's only going to be one school that's going to work out and it's going to be the right place for you. So all those other places are going to be stepping stones, and you have to be expected to be told no along the way. But when you can create relationships the way that I am telling you guys to do by going and talking to this coach, he may tell you, hey Carson, I really like you as a player. You have great abilities. You have great upside. I like your character, but I just have a log jam in the infield. You're not going to be able to come in and get any kind of playing time. There's not going to be a roster spot for you. But I know this coach over at so-and-so school that's in our conference, and he is looking for an infielder because he has 2 seniors that are going to be graduating. So he'll pick up the phone and he'll call that coach for you and try to get you a spot over here at this other school, even though it may be one of his competitors or someone that's in his conference. Because he's built that relationship with you, he's going to help you out. So that's another part of this that you guys got to understand that goes into play. It's not all about your talent on the field, and that just because you're a good baseball player, all these guys are going to come out and watch you and find you. You guys have got to do the work yourself. You guys have to market and promote yourself more than anybody. So this is why I go back to at the very beginning of the podcast why I said that you guys should already be doing this. Me personally, when I was in high school, I probably every 2 weeks I had a email database that I was given that had every college coach's email in the country. So with Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma being the neighboring states to Texas, and the places that were going to be close enough for me to go play and and what I felt like was a realistic option for me. But I would go through and I would select 10, 20 of those emails, and I would email them every 2 weeks. The same generic email to the same coaches, and I would email it out to these guys. And I did that constantly over the course of 2 years. And it got to the point where there were a few college coaches that I went on to play when I was already in junior college, and then I went to Prairie View and I was playing Division I. We would play them, and you're sitting there talking to them, whether it's during the game or after the game, and you shake hands, and they say, "Oh yeah, Carson Lee, I remember you. You used to email me constantly back 2 or 3 years ago." So being able to do those kind of things, guys, and promote yourself and market yourself is going to leave an impression on these coaches. And you never know maybe what they're looking for or what holes they are or aren't trying to fill, but you also don't know what kind of connections they have and how they may help you out. Just because they don't have a spot for you, it's not that they're not going to send you to someone else that may have a spot for you. So as we get closer to the summer beginning, I want you guys to keep this in mind. And this is why I wanted to do this podcast right now, early before the summer starts, because I want you guys to be able to get ahead of the game. The guys that listen to what I have to say and you guys follow and embrace the message that I'm out here to share. This is to help you guys get as much exposure as y'all possibly can, because I want to see every single one of you guys play college baseball. And I know that this is one of those little hacks, one of those little tricks that you can do to get seen. Because I think that's every high school kid's question. What do I got to do to get exposure? What can I do to get recruited? Right? Everyone looks so hard at the play on the field and forgets about some of these little things that you can do just to get yourself seen. And this is one of them. Reach out to the coaches, take the initiative, follow them on Twitter, message them on Twitter, interact with them on Twitter, right? When they post something, send a message back, let them know your feedback. Try to create that relationship with them, and then send them emails with video. Ask them to come to your games if they're in your general area. But at the same time, you guys should be taking the time, no matter what, to send out mass emails, mass Twitter messages to coaches all around the country. You should take 30 minutes to an hour a day and just go start researching schools in your area, or just wherever you want to go to school, whether that's out of state, in state, Division I, Division II, Division III, no matter what it is. Start researching these schools and constantly email them over and over and over again. That way your name is getting in front of their face. You guys got to take your career into your own hands. It's only going to go as far as you push it to go. People are going to help you out along the way, but they cannot do all the work for you. So this is one of those things I really stress, that anytime you guys are playing in front of coaches, in front of a college, or at a showcase, you should always do your due diligence to see what schools are going to be there. Send them an email. And in regards to sending these emails, when you send them, attach every single coach onto that email. So you'll have the head coach, the assistant coach, the recruiting coordinator, the grad assistant, anyone that is listed as a coach on the team's website, on the team roster, and they have their email on there. You should put every single one of those coaches on the email. Do a normal email to a coach and then CC the rest of them. That way they're all getting it. And then in situations like that, maybe necessarily the recruiting coordinator is not going to be out at the field that day, but the grad assistant is going to be there. And the grad assistant gets the email, and now you can meet and interact with the grad assistant. And even if the grad assistant maybe doesn't have the same amount of pull, the same amount of power that the recruiting coordinator might or assistant coach might, he's still a part of that coaching staff, and his word is still going to hold a little bit of weight. So if he's watching you and he likes what he sees and he believes that you're going to fit into their program, he's going to go back and tell the recruiting coordinator or tell the head coach, hey, you guys need to get on this kid. So don't think that just because of someone's job title that they can't help you during the recruiting process. This is not all done by the head coach. It's not all done by the recruiting coordinator. There's a lot of other people that could potentially help you out. So don't cross somebody off just because of what their status or what their name says. Be willing to talk to anyone and get in front of anyone. But yeah, this is one of those things, guys. This is a little trick a little hack that you guys can do to increase your odds of getting exposed. I'm not sitting here promising all you guys that you're all going to get exposure just because you send a coach an email and ask him to come watch you play. But I guarantee you it does make a difference. It's a little thing that you can do that the guys next to you, I promise, aren't doing. And that's going to be what makes the difference in the long run. What things can you do that other guys are not going to do that's going to allow you to take the initiative in your career? And just by taking a few minutes out of the day to send a coach an email, ask him to come to the game, along with having all your other information on there, that's going to help your recruiting odds and it's going to help you get exposed. For all you guys that have purchased my college recruiting course, this is one of those tips that because you have the course, you would already know about because it is featured in the course. For y'all that have not purchased the course, and if you enjoyed this tip that I just gave you when it comes to college recruiting, then you guys should go over to my website, www.1percentathletics.com, and go pick up my college recruiting course. It has over 4 hours of information in there of how to get recruited, and it's everything that you guys need to know that I learned in my career that helped me get recruited. So it's all the general information you need to know, information about the different schools, the different levels, scholarships, official visits, unofficial visits, grades, GPA, SATs, ACTs, but it also goes into the recruiting process itself, what you can expect from the recruiting process, how you can handle the recruiting process, but also how you can create a plan for your recruiting process and create more exposure for yourself. I lay it all out there. I give you guys everything that I learned during my career, and I'd say my career was pretty successful. I went to junior college. I played Division I baseball, and then I was able to play professional baseball, and that was all without any offers during high school during my senior year. I didn't sign till after my senior year during the summer, and I still wound up being able to accomplish those things. So if you've not picked it up yet, head over to my website and go grab it. I promise you it will help you out. It will give you guidance along your recruiting journey, and at the end of the day, you guys are supporting me. All right, so that's the fee. That's what I ask you guys for listening to this podcast today. Go pick up that recruiting course to help you guys out, give you guys guidance, because I want to see every single one of you guys playing college baseball. So remember, before your college showcase circuit season starts off here within the next few weeks for your travel organizations, be sure to go send these coaches emails, send them a message, reach out to them. Put all your information on there with your highlight video and try to get these guys to come out and come watch you play. And then once they are there, be sure to introduce yourselves to them, shake their hand, make an impression on them so that they know who you are and they're going to remember you once you leave. Now, if you guys see me out at the ballpark this summer, I want you guys to make sure you come up, come say what's up, introduce yourself, and let's get a picture together. I appreciate all you guys being a part of Team 1%. If you want to get a 1% Better shirt, head over to the website, www.1percentathletics.com. Other than that, I appreciate you guys for taking the time to listen to today's show. I wish you all the best of luck. Keep me updated. If you ever have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Instagram, send me a message on TikTok. Let's stay connected. Let me know how I can help you out. And until I talk to you guys next time, keep earning your greatness, 1% better every single day.